Welcome to 2K Sport. All right. How about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tooled big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
And the Cleveland starting five. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Donovan Mitchell out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Strus in at the 3. Good.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Strus with a screen on Lowry. Crafty move. Out to Mobley. Outside Strus. Allen a screen. Puts up a deep 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Lowry, the pass to Embiid. Screen by Embiid. For 3, George. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
You've got to be in Paul George's shooting space in order to make him uncomfortable. You give him anything easy, look out.
Doris, we've heard Paul George get a lot of praise from the next generation of NBA talent.
We sure have, and it's easy to see why, Brian. This guy is fundamentally sound. He does a little bit of everything, can shoot with range, can get off the bounce. His game is so polished and smooth, worthy of emulation. In the NBA, there is a high need for relentless scoring and skill to match that scoring. That is Donovan Mitchell.
Now here's George. He's got 5. And the jam by George.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Allen a screen. Mitchell. Allen outside. Let's go with a 3. He buries it from 3.
Okay, Mr. Allen, I did not know the three-point shot was in your bag. Nicely done.
Ooh, stolen by Allen. And now the Cavaliers on the break. Here's Mitchell, and Mitchell with the slam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
So it's Philadelphia now, after the basket by Cleveland. Screen by Embiid. Lowry, the pass to Embiid. Stolen by Mobley. Here's Allen. Back to Mitchell. Mobley, a screen on Lowry. The 3 from Mitchell. Nails it from 3. Mitchell's got 7.
Well, Donovan Mitchell, a 3-level scorer, and fires away from deep with reckless abandon, folks.
George. And George with the jam.
Putting some extra juice on that tomahawk, fellas. No one is going to stop that.
Man, when he's coming in with that level of force, that's just too much right there. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Doris, back in January 2023, Donovan Mitchell became the 5th player to ever score 71 in a game.
Think about this, Brian. Just wilt, Kobe, David Thompson, and David Robinson had done it before Donovan Mitchell. Incredible company he keeps.
Nice shot by George.
Are you kidding me? Just look at what Paul George is doing to the defense over and over. My goodness.
Mitchell with the ball, picked up by Embiid. And Embiid with the block. George against Hunter. Pass to Drummond. Second chance effort. Now Oubre. Goes up again. And it's good on the lay-in.
Well, how about the length and athletic ability of Kelly Oubre Jr.? Go ahead in there.
Mobley outside. Allen with a screen on Embiid. Mobley passes to Allen. Back to Mobley. Outside for Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Driving inside. Rebound by Philadelphia.
If you try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
Drummond finds George. Takes a 3. Mitchell grabs a miss.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Tipped. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Mobley outside. Pass to Hunter. George with it, and it's Hunter picking him up. Oubre with room to shoot. That's good. And so Lowry with the assist.
No, that's the lefty stroke of Oubre, right? He can hit from mid-range right on out to deep three-point range.
Outside Strus. Shot to stop the run. Drummond grabs the miss. Now here's Embiid. Kicks it to George. Up in time. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Paul George. He's feeling it tonight. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
On the court right now for Cleveland. They've got Darius Garland. Isaac Okoro is out there with Dean Wade. Then it's Javonte Green, and it's Thompson in at the 5. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Here's Edwards. After the Cavs picked up a basket a moment ago. Pass to Maxey. Into the lane, and he buries his first look.
He deked the defenders there, and they thought Maxey was going to dish to a big, but instead, he kept it and scored.
Here's Garland. Here's Wade. Thompson with a screen. Lets a floater go. Outside for Green. Thompson right side. Here's Garland. Oh, trains the 19-footer. Garland's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now, bottom line, Darius Garland, folks, a fantastic shot maker.
Back to Maxey. Pass to Walker, and there's a pick. Maxey on the wing, guarded by Okoro, and it's Maxey missing.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Okoro passes to Garland. Back to Okoro. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Maxey. Philadelphia leading by 4. To the left side wing. Uses the glass on the layup.
Ooh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Garland up top. Maxey covering. Here's Wade. Offline with a 3. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. for three. Maxey. Thompson pulls it in. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Pass to Boner.
In the first half, 2 minutes.
Maxey on the wing. The kick out to Walker. Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball.
Cavaliers ball.
A minute 50 left in the second quarter. Now here's Garland. He's closely guarded. Pass to Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Maxey passes to Walker. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Edwards for three. Gets the three to fall. Edwards got 5 points.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Here's Garland driving in. Pass to Wade. Green with the ball. There's a screen. Back to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Launches a three. Knocks it down from distance.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Now here's Maxey. Guarded by Okoro. Maxey surveys. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Okoro outside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
At the line for the Cavaliers, Isaac Okoro.
That one misses. Philadelphia leading by 4. Here's Yabusele. And here's Edwards outside. Pass to Bona. It's Walker on the wing. They shoot again. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And the first half comes to a conclusion. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Paul George has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's George. Then it's Kyle Lowry. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half.
Oh, yes, sir. PJ making it look easy.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning." That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night.
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. And every team is looking for length on their roster.
Yeah, the reason, BA, is because of the quality and skill of shooting. Guys are coming across half court, and they can shoot the basketball at 35 feet. The reason you need length is there's more area to cover. Increasingly, Brian, it's getting harder and harder to play as an undersized guard in this league.
Lowry against Mitchell. Outside Strus. Mobley on a screen. Fires the three. It's another three for Cleveland.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Lowry outside. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Lowry's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Mitchell. Strus up top. Hunter, a screen on Oubre. Strus with it. Guarded now by George. And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Cleveland shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And Doris, Cleveland looking to balance their roster, trying to make sure the pieces fit.
And that's been the concern, right, BA? Because there's been some positional overlap, particularly in the front court. And this is where roster construction truly matters in the league.
Now here's Oubre. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. That's good from Drummond. On the assist by George. And the 76ers lead by 4. Mitchell against Lowry. Allen with a screen on Oubre. Allen outside. From deep, Mobley. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 5 rebounds in the game. Oubre, a screen on Hunter. George. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. And the Cavaliers going with a whole new group out there. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the game here.
Well, you have to respect the career of Paul George. He has faced at one point a career-ending injury. He keeps battling to get back on the floor through constant injury.
Walker, he's checked in for the Sixers. Now here's Garland. Drives to the hoop. Outside for Green. Okoro outside.
2 minutes
For 3. Thompson in the post. Goes back up. Okoro outside. The 3 is up. Hits the trifecta. Okoro's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
This is something they could really use from Okoro, guys. Has to hit enough threes to help stretch that defense.
Nice shot by Walker.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
And it's Garland with the ball for the Cavaliers. 6-point game. And there's the screen. And there's the drive. Okoro outside. Outside, Green. Garland against Maxey. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Garland's got 6.
Boy, somebody needed to step up and rescue that possession, and Darius Garland does exactly that.
Maxey finds Walker. The kick out to Maxey. Floats one up, and he can't get that one. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Inside, here's Okoro, and he dunks it down.
What an incredible athlete this guy is. Okoro rises up and finishes with force.
Outside Maxey. There's the drive. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Now here's Garland. 6 points for him. Chalk up 2 there.
Tremendous balance and body control. Darius Garland, no stranger to finishing inside.
The kick out to Edwards. Basket's good. 7 points in the game.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd. The Sixers on top, up by 4. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th. Strus at small forward with Mobley next to him. DeAndre Hunter is out there with Mitchell. And it's Allen in at the 5. Okoro is checked in for Hunter. 5 to shoot. Here's Embiid. Embiid missing again. Cavaliers trail by 4. And here's Mitchell. Out to Mobley. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by Oubre. Philadelphia has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Pass to Embiid. 3-pointer. And another miss by Philadelphia.
Man, just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Out to Mobley. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Philadelphia. 4th quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Embiid from outside. Embiid missing again.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Lowry, the pass to Embiid. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Drummond. And here's Oubre, covered by Strus. And Max Strus picks up the foul.
That's his second.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. Here's George. That one falls. 8 of 10 and scoring with confidence.
We haven't seen many buckets like that one. These teams have struggled to dial in their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
So it's the Cavaliers now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
The 3 gets it to go. He's now 9 for 11 on the night.
And this is a shot Paul George makes consistently, right? When he's in rhythm, he's ready to fire off the bounce.
Mitchell, the pass to Strus. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Strus has got 9 points now in the second half.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Oubre. Pass to Embiid. Oh, Embiid with the slam.
The Embiid can throw it down from anywhere. So much power for the big fella.
And Mitchell puts up a deep 3. It's another 3 for Cleveland.
Wow, Donovan Mitchell simply fearless when his team is in need.
And that's a foul called on Isaac. Okoro. That's his first foul of the game. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Hunter's checked in.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Cavaliers.
George against Hunter.
Number 12, DeAndre Hunter.
George outside. Drummond to screen on Hunter. George passes to Drummond. 3 on the clock. George finds Drummond. Over Allen. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's Mitchell. The kick to Hunter. Oh, George with a steal. Outside Oubre. Lowry outside. George is screen on Strus. Lowry, no good. And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Mobley outside. The kick to Hunter. Wide open. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. And now just a 3-point Philadelphia lead. Lowry, the pass to Embiid. From outside the arc. And Lowry with with the basket on the assist by Embiid.
The very definition of clutch. Kyle Lowry rises to the occasion.
Here's Mitchell. Outside Strus. Mobley, a screen on Oubre. Strus the pass to Mobley. Back to Strus. Clock at 6. Going inside. From deep. Mobley, no good.
When you're not in rhythm with the free ball, why do you keep firing from there?
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Out to Oubre. And he's going to the line for 2. Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation.
His third personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
And so it's Philadelphia with the W.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So
Greg, so often we talk about depth, but how important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce and really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Isaac out there with Paolo Banchero. And it's Bitadze in at the 5. Home in the paint. A nice shot by George.
I love seeing George be so assertive down low. Certainly doesn't lack confidence. An accomplished scorer.
Now Banchero. Paul George missing from long range. Banchero kicks to Caldwell Pope. Isaac outside. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Banchero against George. A 3-ball. Pass to Embiid. Puts up a deep 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And Embiid being assertive offensively, wasting no time in getting that one.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchises.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Banchero was screen on Lowry. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Oubre passes to George. Drummond with a screen on Suggs. Oubre inside the three-point line. Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Caldwell Pope against Lowry. Now, here's Suggs. Defense right on him. Caldwell Pope with it. Lowry picks him up. 5 on the clock. Caldwell Pope kicks to Isaac. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Philadelphia ball.
The 76ers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Nobody near George. So the wing on the left. Drummond passes to George. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Solid play there from PG, absorbing the contact, but staying with that shot for the and one.
Orlando trailing here. Here's Suggs. Going inside. Can't hit from in close. Philadelphia's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life. It's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin. Just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA, thanks. Suggs in the corner. Back to Caldwell Pope. And stolen by Drummond. And now here's Oubre. Fast break chance. Here's Lowry. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Philadelphia.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And guys, another thing I love is their pursuit of the ball. I mean, creating second chance opportunities just with effort.
And here is Suggs. After Paul George getting his 3 to go. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
And George kicks to Oubre. George sets a screen for Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends. of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Now, here's Isaac. Still without a basket. Batase the pass to Caldwell Pope. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Lowry against Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Over Lowry. Shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Philadelphia leading by 10. Here's Embiid. Pass to Drummond. From deep, George. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious. Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made 3, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Edwards is out there with Yabusele. Then it's Lonnie Walker. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Bona in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Although they were eliminated in the first round, last season was a success stand for the Magic.
It sure was, Kevin. I don't think many people had them even making the playoffs, but they fought hard, pushed the Cavs to 7 games, and gained valuable playoff experience.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Basket good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Howard kicks to Black. That one goes. Count it.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Philadelphia leading by 7. Maxey passes to Walker. Kicks it out to Maxey. Pass to Bona. Right wing. Maxey looking it over. Driving in. And he could not get that one to go. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
For Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey. Taking 2 shots.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Black, no good. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The Magic trail by 7. Outside Howard. Not going to go that time. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And the dunk by Walker.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Here's Black. Pass to De Silva.
76ers.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey.
That's his first.
That is his first foul of the game.
First team.
Quentin Grimes is checked in for Philadelphia.
The lineup for your 76ers.
Howard with a screen on Maxey. Here's Black. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Maxey. You know, Stan, we hear all the time about after timeout plays. About how many of those do teams really have at their disposal?
Well, you certainly have to have a few, Kevin. Coaches vary in their philosophy. Some coaches will draw them up on the fly. I was one, like a lot of guys, who wanted to have things that we've worked on that then we could go to. But that just depends on who you've got, how smart your guys are, how quickly they pick things up.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. Last season, the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Now, here's Howard. Hasn't made one yet. 1:04 left to play in the first half. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Black. There's the pick. Grimes passes to Maxey. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Magic have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. A nice shot by Black.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Maxey kicks to Edwards. Pass to Yabusele. Orlando grabs the miss. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's De Silva. He's covered by Maxey. Black dishes to Howard. Wagner outside. 4 on the shot clock. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. All right, thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Banchero is out there with Isaac, and it's Bitadze in at the 5. Banchero passes to Suggs. Off target from outside. Philadelphia leading by 8.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him. Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
George dishes to Lowry. Back to George. Pass to Drummond. And he drives in. Lets it go from the wing. The shot by George, no good. The Magic trail by 8, and there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
90 seconds now into the second half. Banchero is screened for Suggs. Caldwell Pope against Lowry. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Yeah, and a knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
Embiid with a screen on Suggs. George passes to Embiid. Banchero against George. Back to Embiid. Shot clock at 5. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
And great work inside. This is where Banchero feasts.
George passes to Drummond. Here's Suggs. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Now just a 4-point 76ers lead.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Lowry kicks to George. Embiid against Isaac. Here's Oubre with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. And the 76ers lead by 6.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
George passes to Embiid. Here's Lowry. Back to Embiid. And again, Philadelphia turns it over. Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches in jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
Did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
And George kicks to Lowry. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Driving the lane. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Andre Drummond picks one up. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. They need this. And he sinks the layup. Maxey's got it all tied up now for Philadelphia.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. Good on the triple. Caldwell Pope's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Orlando.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Walker finds Maxey. Right side to Walker. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Walker's got his second basket.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance point.
Count it. Wagner's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for the Magic.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stat. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
Here's Wagner driving inside. Two free throws coming up, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
At the line for the Magic, Franz Wagner. 2 shots.
Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for.
The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. The officials will
in
have 2
air.
minutes
So
to
they
review
have
the play.
determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was...
And so it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope making highlights for Orlando. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Abusele out there with Edwards. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Walker. And it's Bona in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Maxey's checked in for Kyle Lowry. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley said to his team. Now, he emphasized it's anybody's game right now. He told his guys to focus on finishing the task at hand and not to get distracted. He wants them to go out there and play with authority. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And that drive gives Banchero all the momentum he needs. And, boy, he turns it into an explosive finish.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Suggs with the ball. Pass to Isaac, and it's Paul George with the foul.
Paul George.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And it's the Magic with the ball. It's a three-point game. Suggs passes to Carter. 6 on the shot clock. Carter with the screen. On its way from Caldwell-Pope for 2. The wing jumper off target. Here's Philadelphia. George finds Oubre. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. George passes to Maxey. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's his third foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Magic leading by 3. Kicks it out to Banchero. Caldwell-Pope with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. Caldwell-Pope's got 14 points here in the second half.
And not the first time we've seen this. When KCP's confident, when he's in rhythm, he can fill it up with the best of them.
Oubre dishes to George. Back to Oubre. That ball's nice speed that time from George.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Isaac softly tucks in the floater. Isaac's got his first 2 points.
And at 6'11", Isaac's able to take a hit and still get the deuce.
And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here's George off the inbound. Pass to Drummond. Over to the wing. Three-pointer by Embiid. Second chance shot. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Drummond.
And answering the call, Andre Drummond giving this team some huge buckets down the stretch.
Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Suggs kicks to Banchero. And Embiid with the block.
So agile at 7 feet. Embiid covers a lot of territory.
And the dunk by Embiid.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's
Isaac to the right side. Van Carroll looking around. Can't connect from short range. For Philadelphia, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far.
Big man on the move. Drummond running the floor, getting rewarded there with the hoop.
George against Suggs. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Outside for Caldwell Pope. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. George against Suggs. Rebound by the Magic. And now Van Carroll pushing it up, and no one had to stop him.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Not one to turn down a challenge. Maxey, wow.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Paul George. That's his 2nd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Now Caldwell Pope. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, talk about poise under pressure. Buries all of his free throws, and now up 3. They've got to play smart.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game, and he wants to be prepared.
Magic substitution.
Off the inbound pass. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll get right back. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Lowry out there with Paul George. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Embiid. And it's Oubre in its small forward. And Embiid throws it down.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
Caldwell Pope finds Suggs. The three-pointer, no good. The 76ers lead. Outside for George. Here's Embiid. Rebounded by Isaac. Van Carroll against Oubre. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Van Carroll passes to Isaac, and Isaac throws it down.
Yeah, you got to push Isaac out of the paint. Once he's got that position, he is going to be all over the rim.
Oubre sends the screen for George. It's good. George has got 21 in the game. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest.
Yeah, My dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific score. And George kicks to Drummond. George with the ball. Picked up by Suggs. Here's Embiid, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And how about the poise from Embiid? Gets fouled, but stays with the shot and able to get that one in the air.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Suggs passes to be Thompson. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We have to now review the personal foul in question.
At the line for the play is under video review.
The officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Caldwell Pope with the screen on George. Suggs. Money!
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. We felt it. Even over here we felt it. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Oubre kicks to George. It falls!
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. To take the lead. Can't get the three to fall. So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. They escape with a victory, although they needed it.
attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Goga Batadze is out there with Banchero, and it's Isaac in at small forward.
Oh, he's had that move saved up for a minute. You could tell with that smile on his face. Mitchell making the most of that opportunity.
Suggs, the pass to Banchero. Isaac with a screen on Mobley. Here's Batadze. Pass to Suggs. And it's Jared Allen with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Suggs. And here's Banchero. Shot clock at 6.
And Mobley is terrific at contesting shots, using that length to make a difference.
Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet it.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Banchero. Mobley with the block.
Already a stellar defender, Mobley proving he can be relied on to anchor for this team.
Here's Strus. Out to Mobley. Pass to Mitchell. Back to Mobley. Mitchell, a screen on Banchero. Here's Mobley. It's rebounded by Banchero. I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Outside, Caldwell-Pope. Picked by Isaac. Fires for 3. And that's good. Contavious Caldwell-Pope for 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and Coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. We'll have to be disciplined tonight, B.A.
And Allie, thank you for that.
We talked about the guys who play bigger than their listed size, and Donovan Mitchell is at the top of that list.
And Cleveland has possession. Outside Mitchell. Outside Strus. Strus with a screen on Banchero. Here's Mitchell. Allen outside. He shoots a 3. And it's Orlando with a rebound. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. And Carroll with a screen on Mitchell. Caldwell-Pope. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Now here's Strus. Back to Mobley. Outside Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Look at that grittiness of Mitchell. He hits resistance inside and still gets through it.
Here's Banchero. Count it.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Mitchell. 6 points for him. Pass to Allen. Back to Strus. Now here's Allen. Here's the 3. Drains the triple.
Not known as a quick shooter, but Allen shows what he's got there.
It's Suggs with a drive. Caldwell-Pope. The pass to Batadze. Here's Suggs. Misses, and you know he wants that one back.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
Allen outside. Back to Strus. Allen outside. He puts up a 3. And Cleveland another 3.
Look, if Allen is going to hit that shot, your whole defensive strategy has to change.
Suggs, the pass to Isaac. Over Strus. Isaac's shot is off.
I'm not sure what happened there. His family's in the building. I don't know. You have to finish those.
Outside Strus. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Magic trail by 7. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Mitchell with the ball. Strus with a screen on Banchero. Strus against Banchero. It's Strus with a drive. Back to Mitchell. Launches it from deep. That shot missing. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, what do you guys think about Cleveland here in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
They've got DeAndre Hunter, Javonte Green out there with Darius Garland. Then there's Dean Wade, and it's Thompson in at the center position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And the shot is good by Garland.
Looking for a high percentage shot. Garland wants the best look he can get.
Magic trail by 9. Here's Black. Wagner outside. Pass to De Silva. Wagner with a screen. And he drives in. No stopping him there. Jams it in. And he's fouled. An opportunity at a 3-point play. It's going to go on DeAndre Hunter. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Cavaliers.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
Here's Garland. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Outside, Green. Out to Garland. Hunter, a screen on Wagner. Garland for 3. And the Cavaliers, another 3.
For a guard like Garland, hitting threes unlocks the rest of the floor.
Hunter against Wagner. Carter on the wing. The 3. Orlando again missing. And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points.
Defensively, you have to put lots of focus on Garland, so that opens up things for others to get their shine.
To stop the run. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Richard, you evolved as a shooter over the course of your career. Talk about developing shooting in the NBA game.
Well, it dictates what kind of offense you can run. You don't need a bunch of good shooters, but if you've only got 1 or 2, your interior play better be strong.
Garland with the ball. Wagner picks him up. Garland, the pass to Hunter. Yes, and a nice assist from Garland. Hunter's got 6 in the quarter.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, drawing charges is an art. The Warriors' Brandon Podziemski led the league last season, and he said, I'm not going to jump with anybody at the rim and block them. This is another form of rim protection. And Brian, while some have labeled them dangerous and called for charges to be taken out of the game, they remain a winning play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Allie. Thanks. Hunter, the screen. Here's Wade. Out to Thompson. Pass to Green.
2 minutes.
Pulls up on the wing. And the Cavaliers get another bucket right there.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
Team foul.
1:46 left in the first half. Offensive board, controls the rebound and the putback.
I mean, the second effort from Carter Jr., real nice motor on this guy.
Magic foul. Black. His first team foul.
Thompson with a screen. Here's Garland. Garland draws the double. Here's Wade. And the three off target.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Howard inside. Green covering. And out of bounds. The Cavs will take it.
Yet another miscalculation. They are really their own worst enemy right now. It's why they find themselves way behind.
Here's Garland. And in Garland, we're looking at one of the best passers in the league, Richard.
I don't think he gets enough credit for it. He's got such a great feel for the game. The way he wiggles in and out of the lane, it is so impressive. He is such a great, confident floor leader. No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
The Cavaliers lead by 15. Outside Hunter. Out to Garland. Lets the three fly. Fires in the triple. Garland's got 12 points in the game.
Shaping up to be a nice night from Garland. And his offensive energy right now, the team should be pretty excited.
Here's Wagner. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. And it's good for two.
Just such nice vision from Garland there. Part of his role is finding new ways to involve his teammates.
And it's Wagner missing. Cleveland has gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far. Hunter can't get it to go. Here's Black. He's got 5. That one is off. Tipped. What a performance for Darius Garland. He has been the story for the Cavaliers. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We'll be right back after this word.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by Darius Garland.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's who Jamal Mosley is starting the second half with. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Paolo Banchero. And it's Bataze in at the 5. Banchero with a screen on Strus. The kick out to Banchero. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Making himself available. A little hustle and good positioning makes Mobley the option on the fast break.
Pass to Caldwell-Pope. And that's a foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. And Caldwell-Pope gets it to go.
Oh, just a beautiful textbook bounce pass. You love to see it.
Mobley grabs the board. Cleveland leading by 15. Outside Mitchell. Outside Strus. Pass to Mobley. From downtown, it's rebounded by Bataze. The Magic have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Pass to Caldwell Pope, and that's a foul called on Isaac Okoro. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Orlando with the ball. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Banchero outside, 6 to shoot. No good with the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Well, you talk about an anchor for this defense. Richard Jared Allen is that.
It's hard to find a big man who can move and eat up space like Allen. He's a great shot blocker that can also move his feet on the perimeter and guard in isolation. But a difference maker at the rim, that is where he's at his best.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
Nice move. Outside Strus. Allen with a screen on Banchero. From deep, Strus. Orlando with the rebound. Banchero in the post. Covered by Strus. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Fires it. And he knocks the jumper down. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points in the quarter. Mitchell against Suggs. Mitchell, the pass to Strus. Allen with a screen on Banchero. And that one is stuffed right through.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, some aggressive play from Banchero, putting the defender into a bad spot with that pump fake.
Banchero taking 3 shots.
He hits the second from the line. And he nails the third. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Strus with a screen on Suggs. Outside Strus. Oh, he drains the 3, and he'll go to the line for one more. That one on Banchero. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Allen. Wade comes in for Mobley. Green's checked in for Okoro. And Garland is subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. And we've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Black. And he lays it up and in. Black's got 7 points in the game.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Pass to Wade. Fires the 3. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Garland's got 5 assists in the game. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Hunter's checked in for Strus. And so he makes both from the line. And Cleveland has possession. Here's Garland. The kick to Hunter from behind the arc. That one no good. Here's Black. Pass to Howard. Over Green. And another miss by Orlando. The Cavs have gone 5 for... from the floor in the third quarter. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Hunter the screen. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance. He's got 11.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
De Silva with the bucket.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three.
And here's Hunter for three. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Cleveland. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Darius Garland. Dean Wade is out there with DeAndre Hunter. Then it's Green, and it's Thompson in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavs.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Cleveland leading by 19. Here's Garland. The kick to Hunter. From the arc. Gets it. He's 6 for 10 and looking confident out there.
And you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits. Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells a story of how well you are playing team offense.
Garland, no good. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Pass to Howard. Outside Carter. Over Garland. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
With the drive. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Just slicing his way to the rack. This man is so crafty. I love it when Garland takes charge like this.
And it's Wagner missing.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Garland scanning the floor. Out to Thompson. Hey, from beyond the arc. Howard grabs the miss. The Magic have gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Another shot. Pass to Black. Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. The Cavaliers lead by 22. Garland for 3. Drops in the 3.
He's just a crafty ball handler that does a great job of selling his move. Garland, this man will hit the break, stop, and pop.
Here's Howard. Shot from the low post is good. Cleveland has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the 4th quarter. 4th quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
2 minutes.
Here's Black. No good on the triple. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the 4th quarter. Garland. Out to Thompson. Thompson with a screen. Hunter finds Garland. Back to Hunter. Shoots a fadeaway. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Cavaliers.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Darius Garland.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
There's the 3. Wade misses. Orlando has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this 4th quarter. Black, no good. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, BA, they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Knocked away. On the break. Hey, great communication on the lob. There's 31 seconds left in the final quarter. Garland, the pass to Hunter. Back to Garland. They set the pick. Fires from deep. Sinks the tray. And the Cavaliers lead by 21.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Now Hunter. The three ball. No luck on that one. And so it's the Cavaliers taking care of business in this one. Boy, they were something.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let
of attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Oubre, and Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Paul George, and it's Lowry in at the point. A kick out to Mobley. And a miss there on the triple. Oubre outside. Down low, poked loose, stolen by Mitchell. And they're pushing it up. Strus with a deep three-point shot. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
Excellent pass from Mitchell. His teammates are so fortunate to have a guy to make them better.
Mobley against Embiid. Pass to George. From outside the arc, knocks down the three ball.
That last three must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer.
Now, here's Mitchell. First quarter, just over a minute played. Hunter kicks to Strus. Back to Hunter. And another three for Cleveland.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Here's George. And then George with the jam.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Pass to Strus. There's the three. Connects from three-point range. Strus has got 6 points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Hunter sets a screen for Mitchell. Crafty move. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
Now, here's Mitchell, following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Thompson, a screen on Oubre. Strus finds Mitchell. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Lowry. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. Here's Mitchell. Paul George making his last shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Lowry passes to Drummond. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
When Drummond's points come, they tend to come inside. He's got a lot of ways to beat you down low.
Mitchell with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Pass to Strus. Mitchell left side. Now Thompson. Here's Mobley. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Hunter, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Embiid from outside. Thompson with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Thompson sets the pick for Strus. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Drummond. Oubre outside. Embiid sets the pick for Oubre. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Embiid, no good. Cavaliers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Mitchell passes to Thompson. Back to Mitchell. It could go. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Resourceful move there, ending the...
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Cavaliers ahead. They lead by 6. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Edwards is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Bona in at center. Garland against Maxey. Garland kicks to Okoro. Jacks up a 3. That one misses. The 76ers trail by 9. Here's Maxey. In slam dunk by Maxey.
Maxey taking up that airspace, doing a nice job just bouncing off the floor there.
Allen right side. Allen with the screen for Garland. Fires the 3. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Yes, that goes in. Garland's got 5.
Always good seeing a guard like Garland score inside.
Pass to Bona. Doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Allen. Garland kicks to Okoro. Back to Garland. Wade on the wing. Still scoreless. And it's Wade slamming it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guy.
Here's Edwards to the left wing. Pass to Maxey. A second chance effort. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
And good that time. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
Boy, good touch inside. I mean, Allen does have a nice-looking shot, but he's really at home near the hoop.
Kicks it out to Maxey. Floats one up. And the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Okoro setting the pick for Garland. Wade outside. 1:52 left to play here in the second quarter. Outside, Green. Kicks it out to Garland. From the arc. Okoro shot is off. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Trailing by 10. Now, here's Okoro. Tight defense on him. Wade with no one around. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Wade's got 5 points so far. Now, here's Okoro. He's covered by Maxey. It's Allen with the drive. Here's Okoro. Kicks it out to Garland. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Here's Maxey. He has 5. From deep three-point land, hits it from three-point range. He's got 8.
This guy can really stretch his range out there beyond the arc. Don't count Maxey out from distance.
Garland kicks it out to Allen. Back to Garland. Here's the 3. It's good from long range. Garland's got 8 points in the quarter.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Here's Grimes. Again, Philadelphia.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Maxey against Garland. Kicks it out to Allen. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Allen's got his second bucket.
You know, for Allen, to me, guys, it's about getting into a rhythm. And once he does, he's got no problem catching and shooting.
Pass to Bona. Kicks it out to Maxey. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Darius Garland has been leading the charge for the Cavaliers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. He'll get you back to the action after this break.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Darius Garland. Guys, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
At the forward spot, it's Strus and Mobley. Hunter is out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Thompson in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Now Embiid. Nothing on the board. George passes to Embiid. 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around, and he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch, this guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
Here's Embiid. Here's Oubre. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. Mitchell against Lowry. Puts up a deep 3. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
The 3 from George. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Because of his incredible scoring ability, many consider George to still be a star.
Mitchell kicks to Strus for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 4 assists in the game.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Here's Embiid. Scoreless thus far. The shot by George, wide open. They get it back. Drummond finds Oubre. Goes back up. And there's the nice layup by Drummond.
One of the key components of Drummond's game. He's an intimidating presence on the offensive glass.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Strus. Hunter on the wing. And another three for Cleveland.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
Mobley against Embiid. Oubre outside.
Remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
George with the screen on Strus. Oubre kicks to George. 3 on the clock. Over Hunter. That doesn't go either for George. The Cavaliers leading by 16. Hunter with the screen on George. For 3, Mitchell. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in this game. From deep, George. That doesn't go either for George.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
From deep. And it's Mitchell missing. The 76ers trail by 16. Embiid with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Lowry kicks to Oubre. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Strus a screen on George. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Again, Mitchell missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute them because his shot making is not happening right now.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
You know, Drummond always looks like he's trying to tear the basket down when he dunks.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. Hunter's got 6 in the quarter.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Mitchell. He's got 6. Pass to Strus. Off target with his 3. Lowry fires away from outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Cleveland. Their lead at 15. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th. Yabusele out there with Edwards. Then there's Maxey. And it's Bona in at the 5 down low. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Here's Garland. Launches a 3. Drills the 3-pointer. And the Cavaliers lead by 18.
And how about the accuracy and how deep that triple was. Garland continues to amaze with his range, knocking down that triple. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Allen outside. Pass to Garland. It's tipped and stolen by Maxey. Lets the 3 fly. They get it again. Outside Edwards. And Dean Wade gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
On defense, the Cavaliers. They led by as many as 18 points. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Boy, that shot was affected by Allen, no doubt about it. His length at 6'11", very active, solid defensive.
Garland kicks to Okoro. Sinks the triple.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
To the wing right side. Here's Grimes, guarded by Garland. Outside Edwards. Takes the three. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Allen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The wide open look here for Garland. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Hey, there was a defender nowhere to be found there. And because of that, he only has himself to blame.
Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Cavaliers.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easiness. Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Here's Maxey. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Allen, a screen on Edwards. Okoro, wide open, he fires. Off target from three-point range. Outside Edwards. Maxey passes to Grimes. They set the pick. Here's Yabusele. Hits the three-point bomb.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Kicks it out to Allen. Pass to Okoro. Three-pointer. Bangs home the trifecta. Okoro's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they want.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Isaac Okoro.
And you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mobley, he's checked in for Wade. Max Strus comes in for Javonte Green. Hunter's checked in for Okoro. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Garland. Kicks it out to Allen. The wide open shot from Strus. A basket good off the assist from Allen.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Here's George. Mobley with the block. Now, here's Mitchell. An open look for Strus. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And it's just competing, and, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Embiid wide open. The three-pointer off the mark. Mitchell outside. From deep three-point territory. That one, no good. No good. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in
important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs. To get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position, you're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
Here are the five for Philadelphia. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Paul George. And it's Lowry in at the point guard position. That's good. And so Lowry with the assist. George has got 5 now.
And the defense has to be more aware of Paul George. You got to know how fast his trigger is.
Outside Carter. Isaac, the pass to Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim.
Oh! Wow! Woo! That was big time. I mean, a dunk contest finish from Embiid. This guy can fly.
Outside Carter. Drummond grabs the miss.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
That one's good for 2.
You gotta love the fearless attitude of Lowry. Nice job getting inside and executing.
Suggs, the pass to Isaac. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Orlando shooting their first free throw this game. That free throw good from Isaac. The 76ers have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Coach, you look at someone like Jalen Suggs. Man, has he improved his shot.
Yeah, Brian, I think you've always loved the effort that he brings at the defensive end of the floor. But now he's a much more efficient shooter, much more decisive, and really understands his role.
The 76ers have gone 5 of 5 in this quarter. Solid. Drummond with the screen. Lowry outside. And it's blocked by Isaac.
We talk about Isaac's reach often, and they're using it to send the shot back.
And Caro no good.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Suggs with the bucket.
Yeah, fantastic focus from Suggs, showing toughness, fighting through the contact.
Drummond finds Lowry. Embiid with it. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Banchero. 1:50 left now in the first quarter. Here's Isaac. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And so it's Embiid who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Here's George. Lowry outside. Up and over Carter. Lowry, no good.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Second team foul.
1.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Banchero surveys. Pulls up at the elbow.
And there's never been any question about the value of Embiid's defense. And as one of his teammates, it's a great feeling to have that kind of defender beside you. It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Picked by Carter. Lowry against Caldwell Pope. And the layup is good off the glass. Caldwell Pope's gotten his second bucket of the game. The 76ers have gone 6 of 11 so far. Three-pointer Embiid. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
And we know Embiid has this kind of touch from deep. Nice triple.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Got it. Good job in the low post. Caldwell Pope's got 6 points.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Pass to Carter. Carter, a screen on Drummond. And Carroll with it. Picked up by Embiid. And Carroll no good.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
George, left side. And that comes off the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Isaac for 3, and that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And a good game so far. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the 76ers.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
Taking a look at the 76ers. They've got Tyrese Maxey and it's Yabusele in at power forward. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Only 6'2", but Maxey got some spring in his step.
Magic trail by 6, and they go to the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
First team foul.
Here's Wagner. Wagner with a screen. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse. But some rebuilds take longer than others.
From the wing, again, the Sixers score.
He deked the defenders there, and they thought Maxey was going to dish to a big, but instead, he kept it and scored.
Right wing, launches it. Edwards pulls it in. Philadelphia leading by 6.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front, and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Here's Queen. Here's Wagner. And that one is hammered home.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
They set the pick. Wagner, the pass to Queen. Back to Wagner. Pass to Queen. Kicks it out to Wagner. They've got numbers. Edwards for 3. Pure from 3-point range. And now an 11-point 76ers lead.
This game's taken on a whole new look thanks to this run.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now. Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Pass to Bona. It's hauled in by the Magic. Wagner for 3. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. Here's Grimes. Yet to see a basket. Now here's Edwards. Defended by Wagner. There's the triple. Edwards, no good. Magic trail by 9. Lets it go from deep. Franz Wagner, that one's good.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Here's Maxey. And he banks in the layup. Maxey's got 8.
Ooh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Stripped away. It's tipped. Here's Black. Maxey covering. Here's De Silva. That three's off the mark. The Sixers lead by 8. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And that's good. Maxey for 3. Maxey's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
And Maxey is especially dangerous in these situations. When he has room to run, good luck stopping him.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Out to the wing. Here's Maxey. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
And just a very well-built guard. You know, Maxey is so hard to slow down around the rim.
And he makes both free throws.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Here's Queen. No points so far. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
Yabusele tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Magic trail by 8. Wagner on the wing. Puts up a 3. Can't get it. He's now 1 of 4 from the floor. The 76ers have gone 8 of 11 in the second quarter. 4-3. He drops it from range. Grimes has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
This team trusts Maxey to make good decisions with the ball.
Here's Queen. Knocks down the long J.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
But what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
Here's Black. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers earning this break in the action, up 10. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. And don't go far. We'll be right back. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You gotta give him credit.
The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell-Pope. Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. And it's Ben Carroll in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. And they recover it. And here's Oubre from the arc. It's rebounded by Ben Carroll. Ben Carroll's got 4 rebounds in the game. Rejected by George.
Yeah, rejecting the try there. George firing up his guys. Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Ben Carroll outside. Suggs against George. The 3 from Ben Carroll. Paul George pulls down the board. And so George will bring it up for Philadelphia. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And you see the creativity George has. Just comfortable operating in screen and rolls and taking what he sees.
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
And the call will be against Jonathan Isaac. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's George. 11 points in the game. There's the triple. The offensive rebound. Out to Lowry. Carter against Drummond. Oubre with room to shoot. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
Here's Carter. He got a piece of it. For three, Lowry. No luck on that one. Magic trail by 13. Suggs with it. Guarded now by George. Suggs against Embiid. Oh, George with a steal. Here we go. The Sixers on the break. Takes the three. That's good from Embiid on the assist by George. Embiid's got 10 points in the game.
Getting out in transition. Love to see this hustle from Embiid.
Good work there as he goes.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
And here's Lowry from the arc. It's hauled in by Isaac. Orlando has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
And the 76ers going with a whole new group out there. Takes a step back. Maxey against Suggs. Here's Grimes. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting room.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
Philadelphia leading by 16. Oh, there's the alley. Here's Black. Maxey covering. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Well, offensively, he's doing his best to keep them in this game, but they might need someone else to step up as well.
Philadelphia's got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. There's a minute 17 left in the third quarter. He takes it in. Here's Yabusele. The kick out to Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bona. Oh, it's stolen. Black passes to Wagner. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
And so he hits both. For Philadelphia, they've gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one's off.
At the line for the Sixers, Yabusele.
And he's good on the second. There's 45 seconds left in the third. Black passes to Wagner. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Wagner's got 7 points.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
And another miss by Philadelphia.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Wagner on the wing. Jacks up a 3. That shot is off. And it's Edwards with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. The first free throw is good.
At the line for the Sixers, Edwards. 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Edwards. Here's Wagner. Lays it up and banks it in. Wagner's got 4 points in the quarter.
I like that. Punch it inside. You usually end up with a good shot and or get fouled.
And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it. Here's Maxey. And that's not going to go. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. We've got Edwards, and it's Bona in at the 5. A nice shot by Grimes.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Maxey. Missed inside. Magic trail by 8. Here's Black. And it's Bona with a rebound. 60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation.
A line change here for Orlando. And it's Wendell Carter with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now off the inbound. And Oubre with the lay-in. And the 76ers lead by 10.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
For 3, George. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
There's the athleticism from George, getting loose out there.
Suggs, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Carter, a screen on Lowry. Unloads. And Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
For 3, Lowry. The rebound by Carter.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Oubre, a screen on Suggs. Here's George. Here he goes. And here's Oubre from the arc. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Caldwell Pope. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
Philadelphia leading by 10. Here's George. And he's going to the line for 2. The official, and they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they...
Third team foul. At the line for the Sixers,
so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
George feels it out a bit. Lowry outside. Stolen by Carter. Here's Banchero. Paolo, strong. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of running, attacking when they get the chance. Always a great idea.
And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Here's George. It's hauled in by Isaac. Isaac's got his 4th rebound in this one. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. And Suggs the bucket on the assist from Banchero.
Putting this team on his back. I love seeing Suggs take charge like this.
Oubre, a screen on Suggs. Here's George. Banked it in off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 7.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Yeah, I really believe that when they need points, they know they can count on him to deliver.
No question. He has the combination of size and skill to get his shot in these high leverage moments.
Suggs against George. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lowry. So it'll be 2 free throws, and no surprise here at this stage of the game.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. He told his guys not to lose hope, saying to them, "It's a long game, fellas, and we're in this one, but I need each one of you to step up your intensity right now." Let's see if Coach's message resonates, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Wagner's checked in for Orlando. Here's Orlando, trailing by 5. Wagner on the wing. Banchero with a screen on Oubre. The kick out to Banchero. From outside, off the mark. And here's Embiid. Pass to Oubre. Screen by Embiid. Oubre passes to Embiid. Here's George. He's covered by Suggs. Sends it home from three-point land.
Yeah, just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
From Jalen Suggs.
16 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. George drives in. Outside Oubre. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. And the 76ers lead by 9. And so it's Philadelphia with the W. Boy, a nice... All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant hit.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and the beat still. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him
Cavaliers to start out. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. At the forward spot, it's Strus and Mobley. Okoro out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Allen in at the center, filling out the middle. And it's Mitchell missing. Banchero with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. Suggs finds Carter. The Cavaliers pull it in.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Mitchell against Isaac. Allen passes to Okoro. And it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
For three, Mitchell.
Boy, that is outstanding defense from Jalen Suggs. The ability to contest without fouling, get in the space of that offensive player. Nice.
Now Cleveland moving it up. Now here's Okoro. He's covered by Suggs. The offensive rebound. Mobley on the follow.
We know unequivocally Evan Mobley has length. He's got timing. This guy eats up rebounds.
And there's Suggs on the assist by Isaac.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Hands it from downtown.
There's a reason teams put the ball in Donovan Mitchell's hands. This guy, you trust him to make the right play.
And last season, Max Strus hit that ridiculous 59-footer. Remember that, Doris? That was to beat the Mavericks.
How could we forget that shot, Kevin? It was the second longest game-winning buzzer beater in league history. And what gets overlooked, Strus was 5 for 5 from deep in the last few minutes of that game.
Now Mitchell. After Jonathan Isaac's three-pointer that didn't go. Strus passes to Allen. Mitchell outside. Allen a screen on Suggs. For three, Mitchell, and another three for Cleveland.
Well, we know Mitchell can hurt you from outside the arc. The defense better recognize this moving forward.
Kicks it out to Banchero. Offensive rebound. Carter, another shot. No good on the shot.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Mitchell passes to Strus. There's the triple. And it's Mitchell missing.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
The Magic trail by 4. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Here's Banchero. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in.
And great attention to detail from Banchero on the play, making sure he's there to get the ball and send it back.
Mitchell kicks to Strus. From past the arc, nailed from three-point land. Strus has got 6.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, DA?
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular, he's worried about Mobley's defensive presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Cleveland leading by 3. Mitchell looking it over. Pass to Strus. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. For the Cavaliers. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the first. Just 5 to shoot. Garland dishes to Hunter. Wade sets the pick for Hunter. And another miss by Cleveland.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And so it's Max Strus making things happen. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Both on the floor at the 3 and 5. It's the Wagner brothers, Franz and Mo. Then there's Black. And it's De Silva in at the 4 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Kicks it out to Wagner. Lets it go with the 3. De Silva, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Green with a screen for Garland. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, this one of the most coveted shots, the corner 3, and Darius Garland is good from distance.
Here's Black. Still yet to score.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. There's Garland. Pass to Hunter. Outside, Green. 3-pointer. And Thompson throws it down.
Yeah, I think the activity level that Tristan Thompson plays with on missed shots is something every NBA player can learn from.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged the bullet there.
There's Wagner with the 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Wagner's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Franz Wagner is a very capable offensive player. Knock down those deep shots, young sir.
Hunter, no one around him. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Hunter's got the lead up to 8 now for the Cavs. Like the pass to Wagner. That one falls. Wagner's got 5 points now this quarter.
My goodness, that's a nice-looking mid-range opportunity for Franz Wagner. Such a good feel for when to rise and fire.
Garland kicks to Green. The 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Lando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Garland the pass to Wade. Offline with his 3. The Magic trail by 6. Here's De Silva, and that one is stuffed right through.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Fast break, here they come.
2 minutes.
Deep 2 from Wagner. Stolen by Wade. A minute 50 left here in the second. There's Garland. Over in the corner, Green. No good on the 3. Orlando's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Got a piece of it. Pass to Queen. Drills it from outside. Queen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
such a boost to this offense when this guy can knock down uncontested threes.
Out to Wade. Thompson sets the pick for Hunter. A basket good off the assist from Wade. Hunter's got 6.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And the wide open shot from Green. And the 3 off target. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. That evens the score. Da Silva's got 4 this quarter.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
The try is by Garland. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Franz Wagner.
Incredible speed on Darius Garland's drive. I think took the defender off guard. Nice job earning a trip to the foul line.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Allen's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Evan Mobley comes in for Wade. Max Strus is checked in for Hunter. And it's a Okoro in for Green. And here's Strus for 3. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight. The Magic trail by 5. Wagner outside. And it's Wagner missing. Okoro wide open. He fires. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Up in time. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And we finish one half of basketball. Cleveland ahead. Finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Isaac Okoro. And it's Strus into the 3. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit.
Obviously, the scouting report on Okoro starts with his defense. He's physical, he's relentless, and he gives maximum effort.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Orlando. 8-point game. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. And the space there, but it's offline. Back to Mitchell. Allen, a screen on Suggs. Fires for 3. And that's good. Donovan Mitchell for 3. Mitchell's got 6 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
The Cavaliers leading by 11. Fires from deep. Allen kicks to Mitchell. The tray. It's hauled in by the Magic.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
When it comes to the game's elite scorers, Doris, Donovan Mitchell is certainly on that list.
Kevin, there's no question about it. He's a proven playoff performer, a natural leader who doesn't mind a team leaning into his scoring ability. And the beauty is he can do it in a lot of different ways.
Over in the corner, Isaac. Here's Suggs. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Cleveland's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Mitchell. And another miss by Cleveland.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And the basket by Isaac. Cleveland leading by 6. Pass to Strus. Beyond the arc. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Banchero's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The 3. And it's Suggs missing. The Cavaliers shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Mitchell outside, looking to end his cold spell.
Oh my goodness, a little force from Donovan Mitchell off his feet in a hurry.
Here's Banchero. Here's Isaac. Mobley with the block. Loose in the corner, launches it. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. And now it's an 11-point Cavalier lead. Knocked away. Stolen by Mitchell. Here's Strus. Rebound by the Magic.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
No one near Isaac as he lets it go. No good on the triple. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we are seeing a new generation taking over the NBA. Commissioner Adam Silver says stars can be created much quicker these days. Sports is a meritocracy and talent gets rewarded. With a social media community in the billions for basketball and a global market for talent, new and different stars end up emerging. Kevin?
Which is always good for the game. Great to see. And David, a great report again from you. Thank you. Here's a Kuro. They grab their own miss. Mobley outside. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Shot on the wing. And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Didn't think that was going to go in. Mitchell's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Cavs. Suggs passes to Banchero. Suggs against Mitchell. Suggs kicks to Isaac. And Max Strus picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Wagner outside. Puts up a 3. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Big time shot.
And so it's Cleveland. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. We'll return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Both on the floor at the 3 and 5, it's the Wagner brothers, Franz and Mo. Then there's Black, and it's Queen in at the 2 guard. Who's out there for Orlando? There's a good screen. Thompson misses. The Magic trail by 9. Wagner plays it up and banks it in.
Wow, you can't let Wagner get established like that. If he does, scoring is easy.
Garland, the pass to Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Wagner drives in. Here's Black with the putback, and Wagner able to finish.
That, to me, is exactly the kind of play you want from Mo Wagner. Aggressively chasing the rebound and getting a second chance opportunity.
Hunter finds Garland. Hunter sets a screen for Garland. Back to Hunter. This one for 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And stolen by Wagner. Poked away. It's stolen by Green. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And that one's good, Hunter. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Wade kicks to Garland. For the three. And no good that time.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Queen. Guarded by Green. Pass to De Silva. Rocket 6. They set the screen. Here's Queen. Green with the rebound. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break. Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
The free throw drops for Hunter.
And athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
And he nails the third.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
And Wagner drives in. Here's De Silva. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
Had to alter his release at the last possible moment and somehow still gets it to go.
The wide open look here for Garland. And the three ball is good. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
No one covering. De Silva's got 5 points in the quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Cleveland.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
Here's Black, guarded by Green. Pass to De Silva. Over Wade. Thompson with the rebound. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hunter for three. De Silva with the rebound. .34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Sweet move. Orlando moving the ball around. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Wagner missing. Confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, and the scoreboard tells the story.
Mitchell kicks to Mobley. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way